G'day guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back for another episode of Space Engineers. So today what I wanted to do was go over some of the changes that they made in the Wasteland update. Now a lot of you guys know that they added a whole bunch of new blocks like the new armor slopes, the new wheels and the cockpits for the rovers and all that sort of stuff. But one thing I haven't seen mentioned too much is the changes that they actually made to hydrogen. So I thought I would quickly go over those changes and just how significant I think these changes are going to make the game. Now, what they've done is, I know on the live stream they mentioned very briefly that they had made these changes, and I think at the time they were talking about small grid, but they've actually updated all the large grid stuff as well. And as you can see from this LCD, they've made quite a lot of changes. So obviously you can see that the large grid hydrogen tank used to be 5 million litres, but now it can carry 15 million litres. So the capacity of that has increased by 3 times. And then also they've increased the capacity of the small large grid hydrogen tank from 350,000 litres to 1 million litres. So they've increased that by about 3 times as well. And another thing that they've done is they've made the O2H2 generators generate more hydrogen per unit of ice. And effectively what they've done is they've doubled that. So I've actually tested that myself in survival mode. And yeah, basically 370 litres of ice will produce now 20,000 litres of hydrogen. So yeah, that's really, really good. And then also what they've done is they've made some changes to the hydrogen engine. So the first change that they made was they reduced the capacity of how much gas it can hold. So they've decreased the large grid hydrogen engine by about 5 times. So before it used to be 500,000 litres and now it's 100,000 litres. And also what they've done is they have increased the efficiency so that it now consumes half the amount of fuel that it did before. So previously it used to consume 1,000 litres a second, and now it consumes 500 litres per second. And then if we make our way over to this platform here, we can see what they've done to the small grid stuff. So obviously the small grid hydrogen tank has increased by about 3 times, from 160,000 litres to 500,000 litres. The small grid small hydrogen tank has increased or doubled from 7,000 litres to 15,000 litres. And also the small grid O2H2 generator is exactly the same as the large grid O2H2 generator, but obviously it just holds less. So, and then they've also made the same changes to the hydrogen engine on the small grid. And for that, they've decreased the capacity of that by about 3 times, from 16,000 litres to 5,000 litres. And again, the fuel consumption has been halved. Now, I know this might seem like some small changes, but I just want to kind of give you a visual representation of what those changes mean. So you guys have probably seen this ship in one of my previous videos, and of course this is the Atlas Heavy Transport Frigate. Now this particular ship is an all hydrogen ship, and it contains 26 large hydrogen tanks. So what I've done is I've stacked this row of tanks here, and you can see this massive row of tanks. That right there is 26 hydrogen tanks. So now that we know that we have 3 times the capacity in each tank, I could effectively run and have the same amount of fuel in this ship if I used this many tanks. So just think about how much room that saves you in your ships now. So basically that lets us do a lot more cool stuff with our ships, like put in cargo, put in hangars, put in more jump drives, and do various other bits and pieces like that. And now you guys would have seen this ship on the left before, and this is the Pilgrim Shuttle. So this particular ship has 2 large hydrogen tanks fitted to it, and it was initially designed just to get me into space and, you know, be a very basic starter ship. But now that they have increased the tank size, even though it only has 2 tanks in it, it now effectively has 6. So even if I was to go and remove one of those and replace it with a large cargo container, we still have more fuel in this ship than it had before. And this also has a few small large grid hydrogen tanks as well. So yeah, if we go into here, we can see our tanks. So yeah, we can see that now we have so much more fuel on this ship than we did before. So this ship can be a lot more capable than it was before. So I think these are some really significant changes, and I'm not sure why Keen didn't really tell anyone how much all of this stuff has increased by. And it actually took me quite a while to figure out exactly how much they've increased. And yeah, so anyway, that's about it for this video, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if it was helpful for you, definitely consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you next time.